All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Buffalo Bills and the Houston Texans. For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. Here comes Bruce Ellington on the return. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line. Just across the 25. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
To throw on second is Watson. Caught here by Griffin. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Play action from Miller. Now Watson going deep for Hopkins. He's got him in. Complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Watson on 1st down. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 more there and another 1st down. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they were hoping Those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's Watson now on second down. Letting one go deep for the end. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10.
All right, here we go.
Now the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
And they'll get it down here at the 23. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On 3rd down, here's McCoy. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a 1st down. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it's going to be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
So after the run by McCoy, here's another 1st and 10. And they'll keep it on the ground with McCoy. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On 2nd down, it's McCoy. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
Lucky 56. Detroit!
Now a 1st down carry here from McCoy. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here's Chris Ivory with his first carry. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Allen. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 and enemy territory. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo 1st down.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Bills in possession. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. A give to McCoy. And he's got room. Past the 20. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. LeSean McCoy, 45 yards. And the Bills are in for 6. Things could just not have started any better for them. They get the turnover, the football right away, able to capitalize on offense for 6.
And we're talking about setting a tone in any game, right? The first points of a ball game. How about during the playoffs? Vitally important, and they've done that in this one.
Hauschka adds the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. On second down, here's Watson. He sets to fire deep. And got his man complete. That one goes for 36 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's no quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
On first down, Watson. Eluding the pressure right. His throw incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10, Watson. Caught left side, Hopkins. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, 37 yards. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. To return, it's Kalen Clay. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Watch him now, Barney, Barney. Set, blue landing, blue landing.
This give is to McCoy. And some room to maneuver. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. They'll try and run for it with McCoy. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Richmond.
They begin with a run by Miller. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They'll pick up another 1st down with that run.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And his throw here is incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Richmond.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are. Figure out the things that they really want to accomplish and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Faking the give. Now Watson. And that is incomplete.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Taking it about the 16. Able to spin free. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
On first down, Allen. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 10th carry now for McCoy. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop. To play in a tightly contested first half. Back with more AFC playoff action after this timeout. Here's McCoy. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Now let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 34. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Field goal forthcoming for Stephen Hauschka. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And Hauschka's kick is good. And the Bills have taken the lead. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Now a first down throw, Watson. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Trent Murphy. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. From the gun, here's Watson. Throw left side complete. It's Hopkins. Now a stoppage here for an injury. And oh boy, that looks to be the quarterback, Watson. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's Whedon. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. A good pickup there, 26 yards. First down now, but that clock rolling. Now Whedon rolling to his right. Dumps it complete to Miller. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Now back to throw. Wellington has it, middle of the field. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Over. Watch it now, Barney.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. He'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. Well, maybe a nice psychological boost there just to get back to even with that field goal as we head towards half.
Coaching 101 always says at halftime, play it like it's 0-0 on the scoreboard. But in this case, it's level, right? Same score each side. Just start over. Now you get the second half to play.
And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. That's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC Divisional round. On the return, Clay. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter three.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Well, they start the second half with a carry by McCoy. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They'll go again to McCoy. And some room to roam now. The boys got the first down and more. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
All right, here we go.
This is McCoy. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Hurry up, here we go.
On 2nd down, Ivory. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
On 3rd down, that's McCoy, and he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt, and Hauschka's kick is good. And the Bills have come back to regain the lead. So it's not an NFL record, but it's not far off. That'll go in the books as a 61-yard field goal.
And wasn't it weird to see a guy line up for a field goal on the other side of midfield? The ball got halfway there, and you thought, no way is that going to make it, but it just kept carrying and carrying, and he winds up sneaking it right over the bar.
So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
They're going to look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Hopkins. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. He had their lone TD earlier. Now he's got a first down. A first down carry now for Miller. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And there on the tackle, Shaq Lawson. tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Back to throw. And this is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The Texans on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. He'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
Leckler now on as he'll punt this away. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line. And here come the Bills. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They'll start on the ground with McCoy. And he'll be taken down at the 18. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Watch it now, Barney.
Again, it's McCoy. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down.
But he was stopped on that play. He's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
The Bills on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. They go now to McCoy. He's seen a ton of action this afternoon. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on third down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now a 20th carry here for McCoy. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
No. Check. Patriot.
On third down, it's McCoy. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Losing 6 yards there to bring up 4th. Here's Colton Schmidt now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Back now in Houston. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Solomon Thomas in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Well, the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Back to throw now in his own end zone. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and a mile. He'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. The Bills getting set to go. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10. Allen now on first down. Eluding the pressure right. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. McCoy. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They'll run it with McCoy. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Here's Allen. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over. Now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give them 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Flush to his right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone! Gone, gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And the blitz does come. And this is going to be incomplete. There was the pressure you were talking about, force the incompletion.
And it doesn't always have to end in a sack, does it? Sometimes you can make a good play by forcing the incompletion with the pressure.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the fourth.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
And now out come the Bills. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll pitch it out to McCoy. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game.
Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319. Detroit! Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. Here's Colton Schmidt now as he's on to punt for Buffalo. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And now out comes Houston. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the three-point kicker. Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hurry up, here we go. Blue line it. Blue line.
They'll look to throw here. Going deep for Hopkins. And that's caught. One-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, 81 yards. And the Texans have broken the tie. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. This is where, of course, it's good to have a veteran quarterback under center.
You would just be able to put on one of those blood pressure clips, and nothing would be different for him. He's done it many times before, expects to get it accomplished again.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. J.J. Watt in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Game on the line, season on the line. They're going for it here on 4th down.
Detroit! Detroit!
He's back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And, oh, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10.
All right, now, look at...
Here's a give to Miller. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan 1st down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
And, Charles, if you're the coach of the losing team, even though you made it to the playoffs and there's part of that that feels good, what do you say to your guys after?
I think you probably tell them how proud you are of them to make the effort to get to this game and then point them towards the future. If we're good enough to get here, all we've got to do is work harder, be
it.